Good morning. Welcome once again to the Network Breakfast. Yep, you know it. It's Tuesday, and we're going to do another presentation for you. Hopefully, you'll watch it to the end, and you'll find something valuable for you. Even though we're not listed as salesmen, per se, we're all salesmen in how we lead our lives and do our jobs. And we're going to go over that right after we introduce ourselves. And we're going to start with Ray Antonelli is going to say good morning to all of us. Thank you, Ray.
Good morning, everyone. I specialize in reverse mortgages for seniors, and I'm also a credit expert. So if you ever have a problem with your credit or have questions about credit, don't hesitate to get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. With respect to reverse mortgages, it's really an interesting animal. You have to be 62 years of age or older, and I bet the bulk of us are over 62 on this call.
Nobody here is over 62.
I know, right. I know at least one that is not 62.
That's true. That's true. I would agree with that. In any case,
two doors down.
Well, that's two doors down for you, Tom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. They're not all in the same spot.
In any case, think of a reverse mortgage as a certificate of deposit. When you go to the bank or the insurance company to buy a CD, you give them a sum of money, and whenever the CD matures, 3 months, 6 months, 5 years, you go back. They give you all the money back, and plus all the accrued interest. Well, the reverse mortgage works exactly the same way. When a person takes out a reverse mortgage, the bank takes out a CD on their home and gives them the cash. The CD is in the form of a mortgage, and the senior does not have to pay. They can pay, but they don't have to until they decide to sell the house or until they pass. That's essentially the way a reverse mortgage works. And when they do pass, a reverse mortgage is just a mortgage. So it gets paid off just like any other mortgage does, and whatever is left over, the heirs receive. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. And if someone wants more information, 216-337-7520.
Excellent. Thank you, Ray. Thanks for being here and making an appearance today.
Making an appearance.
Yes, we're all luckier for it. Okay, now we're going to say good morning to Chris Walters. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Walters with See-Through Windows. I provide vinyl replacement windows, new construction, and patio doors, glass block. I cover territory from Port Clinton to the Pennsylvania border, Cleveland to Canton. I go take a look at every job within 24 to 36 hours. I give you a quote, and then you send back, okay, yes, no, whatever, and we will put you in the pipeline. And right now we're looking at 8 to 10 weeks. Thank you and have a good day.
8 to 10 weeks. Hopefully that'll start loosening up, but I guess we have a lot of tension in the world at this point. We'll have to fix that first. Okay, now we're going to say good morning to our master photographer. He's ready to tell us what's happening in his portion of the world, which is a very exciting one, very glamorous, and in his little niche, he's going to tell us about it at this point. Good morning, Scott Morrison.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Morrison, company's Discovery Photo. I'm a full-time, full-service photographer, have been for 31 years now. We do everything from legal, corporate, industrial, architectural. We do a lot of business headshots, modeling portfolios for actors and for models. Weekends, getting ready to crash some parties. Come springtime, a lot of weddings. We had good bookings this year, so I'm very fortunate. Kind of slow the past couple of years, but it's kind of making up for it this year. And I have 3 feature films that we're going to be working on over the summer.
Wow!
So I'm really excited about that. A couple shorts, but the 3 features, we just had our first table read, went very, very well, and very excited about that. Scott Morrison, Discovery Photo, when image counts.
Exactly. Thank you, Scott. Thanks for being here. It's wonderful seeing you, and thanks for telling us what's happening. Now we're going to say good morning to Jeff Hexter, our Paul Lind Square in our spot here. Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
only looks that way for you. I think everybody's
Okay.
Zoom
You're
screen
in a different spot for everybody else, but I'm the one recording, so you're right below me.
in any way.
Yes.
Then my commercial is I'm Jeff Hexter.
Fine. Thank you so much. And now we'll give you another spot. Go ahead, Jeff.
I work with professionals working from their home who suffer from weird professional working from their home problems, like computer problems, like WIFTY Wi-Fi, printers that aren't printing, emails that aren't sending. Hopefully it's not a problem where the ink has spilled out of your printer and has made a puddle on the floor. Then I need to send a cleaner. I don't do that. But the weird problems that people have with their technology at their home, that's the kind of person I like to help. And one of the things I do for free is every Wednesday I go grab breakfast at Jack's Deli over at Cedar and Green Roads, and I answer computer questions for free for anyone who joins me for breakfast. So come have breakfast with me on Wednesday mornings and get your questions answered. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you, Jeff. That's Jack's Deli. It's here in Northeast Ohio. If you're in the area, if you're coming to Cleveland to go to our wonderful Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and of course, Jack's Deli, the two highlights of Cleveland when you're in town for go to see Jeff. Okay, thanks, Jeff. And now we're going to say good morning to a young man that's in the balmy Southern Command. It's around 50 degrees, and it's wonderful. He's got his baseball cap on today. He's one of our favorites, and you're going to hear from him at this point. That would be Mike Bentley. Good morning, Mike. Tell us about what's happening.
Good morning. Well, you can hear the birds are tweeting south here of Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm Mike Bentley from the Brooks and Stafford Company. I assist those who have graduated to Medicare or soon to graduate to Medicare, who may be snowbirds, South Florida, Arizona, California, Colorado, the Carolinas, where I'm at right now, or you love the North Coast of Northeast Ohio. I can assist you with your Medicare planning. Over the past couple of weeks, I've had several at the very last minute contact me telling me, well, they're going on Medicare the first of the next month, and we've got like 4 or 5 days before the end of the existing month, wanting me to assist them. You really can't plan early enough for your Medicare graduation. And so when you want to take that step, call Mike Bentley at 216-696-3000. Thank you. Have a great day.
Great. Thank you, Mike. Thanks for being here. And now we'd like to say good morning to Rob Lord. Rob is going to fill us in about what's happening with him. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. I work for Thrivent Financial. We're a full service financial company, whether you're just trying to get your finances in order, looking to retire, save for retirement, plan for retirement or future expenses. That's what we do. We build our structure from the good foundation on up. Rob Lord, Thrivent.
Excellent. Thank you,
And
Rob.
everybody keeps moving on here.
Yep, it just somebody just moved, and we lost somebody actually.
Griff. No, not Griff.
No, Griff is
Ray.
here.
Ray.
Ray is up. Ray's still here.
Oh, Ray's here.
We lost Scott.
Scott.
He'll get back. He'll jump back in, I'm sure. I'll see his little name there, and I'll click on it. So we'll just go ahead and move on. We'll say we'll have Trina Gigax wish us a wonderful day. Good morning, Trina.
She's muted.
Okay, well, Trina's microphone is muted. We see her mouth moving.
Sorry.
There it is.
I didn't want to make noise before. My name's Trina Gigax, and I do wish good morning to everyone. I'm a freelance copy editor. I work on, lately I've been doing a lot of letters for people. People sometimes just get stuck about how to communicate what they're, they have some words in their mind, or they have a thought and they put it down and it just doesn't come out the way they thought so. So I work on all kinds of stuff, but lately a lot of letters for people.
Nice. Very good. Thanks for being here, Trina. It's always wonderful to see you on our screen here. You make everything look so much better. And now we'd like to introduce Ari Taomi, Lasting Impression Direct. He's given us advice, marketing advice, sales advice, and now he's going to tell you about his business. At this point, good morning, Ari.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ari Taomi. My company is Lasting Impression Direct. And yes, I do give advice and I don't charge for advice. A week ago, Friday, I gave a talk to a group of home care providers and nursing home. They have a Northeast Ohio organization, so I gave a talk to them about sales, marketing, and direct mail. We do all kinds of printing, but our focus is direct mail. We have access to high quality, regularly updated mailing lists, specialty mailing lists, and we help our customers, our business customers, to get more customers that will pay them more money more often. And again, I'm Ari Taomi with Lasting Impression Direct.
Excellent. Thank you, Ari, and thanks for being here. And as we go to our presentation, I'm hoping Ari, as well as all of us, will jump in and offer some commentary and or advice. Okay, and now we'd like to introduce Griff King. He's going to tell us about what's happening with him. Good morning, Griff.
Good morning, everyone. Good to see you. And happy Tuesday.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm with Dollar Bank in their treasury management area, and I specialize in helping municipalities, small and medium-sized businesses, and occasionally individuals with their cash flow, helping to increase it as best you can these days.
Wonderful. Great, Griff. Thanks for being here and great hearing from you. Thanks so much. Okay, now we're going to continue on. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to do a little PowerPoint of why did you lose the sale? Really? Why do you think you did? And let's look at some of the reasons what it could be. I'm going to share my screen here at this point. Boom. Let's see if I can find, oh, there it is. Bang. And we have our little graphic up. Why did you lose the sale? And we could see this fella is not real happy about it, but we're going to find out what happened. So I'm going to hit this button here and we're going to say, why did you lose the sale? Really? 74% of salespeople complain about losing a sale because their price was too high. And 74% of them were wrong. How did you lose the sale? Why did you lose the sale? Was it really price or was it you? These are the questions asked in this particular article that we're going to be going over today. Losing the sale manifests itself in blaming complaints about price, unreturned phone calls, bidding, loyalty to others, and other blame-based excuses about why a sale does not take place and the relationship isn't being built. Ouch. Here are the major reasons why salespeople lose sales. Number one, the customer was loyal to someone else. Your first job is to uncover what makes the customer loyal. What's the real reason they continue to do business with someone else? Ask yourself if you and your company possess the same qualities. Number two, lack of real connection to or with the buyer. The prospective customer is looking for comfort, peace of mind, and insurance. Number three, lack of engagement. You weren't able to create a real interactive dialogue. Number four, lack of perceived value. If the customer does not perceive genuine, definable value in your offer, then there is none. There's number five, lack of perceived difference. If the customer does not perceive genuine, definable difference between you and your competition, then there is none. Number six would be lack of relationship. When long-term relationship is present, truth, trust, and value are the basis of purchase. Number seven, lack of hustle. Response time to a customer's need for service and or information are critical factors in purchase. Number 8, poor salesmanship. This has fundamental flaws of preparedness and presentation skills. There's an obvious lack of questioning skills or sales strategies that create a buying atmosphere. And then, number 9, poor attitude. The way you present yourself and your word choice combined with your tone and demeanor leave a huge impression on the customer. And that impression is either positive, neutral, or negative. And you choose how you made them feel. And number 10, lack of ability to reduce or eliminate risk. This may be the prime factor in losing sales and the least talked about. The simple answer is proof. Can you substantiate your claims? And 10.5, failing to do your best. Without a doubt, this is the biggest flaw in salespeople, whether it's attitude, belief, self-confidence, preparation, or follow-up. Your execution at a level less than best leaves a huge opening for your competition to win. Now we can go over some of these. Reality. None of these reasons are ever stated by salespeople. Instead, they, which means you, blame the loss of a sale on price. They took the lowest price is the most often stated reason for the loss of a sale. And it is totally bogus. It's easy to blame price for the loss. It's harder to face and discover the real why. The reality and lifelong value of why you lost the sale is forever silenced when you blame the loss on price and move on to the next sale. Reality. The customer took the lowest price is as bogus as my dog ate my homework. The fact is, you let the customer control the selling, buying process. Not good. Strategy. Get the customer to change the criteria of proposal submission in a way that is both in favor of the customer and you. Give them ideas to get the order. Make the customer aware of the cost of buying inferior products as it relates to work stoppage and lack of productivity. Make them aware of the value of their image and reputation. Prove it to win it. Make everyone competing provide a video testimonial for each item they're selling and every claim they make about it. Document and prove elements like service response time, how friendly you and your team are, and how easy you are to do business with. The reality of blame. The opposite of blame is responsibility. In sales, responsibility is taken, not given. Be responsible to yourself and for yourself. Don't blame the customer. Help the customer. Do not let the real reasons you lost the sale get tangled up in blame. Ask yourself, why did you really lose that sale? What could you have done to make it? Path of least resistance. Lowest price is the easiest excuse for a salesperson to make. Customers take lowest price because they perceive your product or service is the same as your competition. Not good. If you are sick of losing sales like that, then you better discover why they took the lowest price and create greater value differentiation. And while this is easier said than done, it is by far the biggest sales and profit opportunity you possess. And at the bottom of the article, it says, Jeffrey, meaning the fellow that wrote this article, Jeffrey, you whine, but what about bidding? You know, the people that take 3 bids then choose the lowest price. And Jeffrey says, I've got some surprise answers about bidders next week. And he's going to put up another story next week. And this is a special thanks to Jeffrey Gittimer from customerthink.com. And we'd like to thank him for this presentation and all these nuggets, golden nuggets of information that maybe we don't want to hear if you're losing sales or if your business isn't doing as well as it should. You could take heed to what's been written here, and maybe you can do better in the future, especially now that our economy is beginning to open up, and hopefully everybody's going to start feeling better about things. Although we do have some international crisis that everybody's worried about, hopefully we can plow through that while we do this too. After all, we still have to continue with our businesses and making money and doing the best we can here at home. And that would be a hearty thank you for why did you listen? Why did you lose the sale, really? And I'd like to hear from you some things you've thought about or things we've gone over here. Maybe I could back this up and get to a point in this that maybe you want to criticize or you want to emphasize. At this point, we'll take questions or comments from anyone.
I'd like to offer a way to follow up.
Please.
Many times I get in touch with someone who's looking for a mortgage or looking for an unsecured business line of credit. And they ask me to send them an email to follow up. And I do, of course. And I have a program on my Gmail account called MailTrack. MailTrack is very interesting. It's only cost a few dollars per month, but it actually tells you when the person you sent the email to opens the email. It's kind of neat. So obviously I wait a day or so, and if I see that they have not opened the email, I send them a polite text and say, gee, I don't think you've opened the email I sent yet. Oh, and even before I send that, as soon as I send the email, I send them a text, tell them, look out for the email because I just sent it. And so if they don't open it, I can text them again to find out if they received it. In many cases, it wound up maybe in the spam folder and they have to search for it or whatever. But it's a neat way for following up to make sure. Now, even if you don't have MailTrack, you can still send that text and follow it up with a text the next day to ask them if they've received it. So that's just one of the ways I follow up.
Okay, so your contention is follow-up would be a way to enjoy a better success rate in sales.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Oh, absolutely.
Ari recommended that as
Yeah.
we started this. Ari brought that up in follow-up so that people think that you're accessible and that even if your product is as good, if your service is better, they'll probably go with you.
Yes.
So, and I understand that, and I see that.
Sometimes I have so many people that I have to follow up with that it slips out of your mind. And if you have a system that you can see and mark for yourself when you need to call them, that it helps you a lot. And you know what? I know Jeff Gittimer. He's a great guy. I have heard it many times. I know him personally. And when you read this, I said, "Hey, what I saying? Everything that I say is what I think." But now that I see that Jeff said it, I know it's true. But you have to follow up. You have to. I tell people you have to market all the time. Never stop marketing, even you are busy, because when you are busy, it's a good time to market. And if you don't market, you get to a point that all of a sudden you don't have sales. Some people don't have these problems, but many do. And I'm the same thing. If I don't do, I do like I recommend others to do. I do direct mail. I do direct mail for myself, and direct mail is not one thing that you do and then forget about it. You have to follow up. You have to send another card. You have to send an email. You have to be involved in multiple ways of marketing. So you have to do it all the time. Never stop marketing.
Yeah. Is this about getting new customers or keeping the ones you have?
Both.
Both.
Customer that you have are your best prospects, because I have seen many customers that, oh, do you do that? I said, yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
Oh my.
So you have to keep them informed all the time that you're there and what you do. And because it's easier because they trust you and they know you. Now you said about price. Someone said at one point that nobody lose. You are not going to lose a sale for price, but it all depends. You know, I sometimes bid for government jobs, and they go by price only. But they said they would give it to the lowest and reliable bidder. But generally speaking, I have a guy. He's an attorney, but he's doing direct mail for his clients all the time, and he got sick, and still the office order. And I called him and said, hey, Jeff, how are you doing? He said, oh, okay, thank you for calling. And we started to talk. I said, you know what, Ari, you did not lose it. You're not going to lose a customer. I said, listen, Jeff, I'm not calling you because of that. I'm calling you just, it's personally, I wanted to see how you're doing. And he said, oh, I was jumping too high. But you know, if you do that, and people do it, people trust you, and you develop a relationship, and relationship is number one. If I have relationship with my customers, they will come back to me. I have customers that never ask me for a price. I don't like it, and I give them a price, and I give them an order confirmation with a price. But my good customers, I am not going to lose them for price. Unless instead of $5, I charge 56. That's I can lose the sale.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's an old adage, which I don't know if it's true or not, but multiple studies, I guess, have said that it costs 5 times more money and time to obtain a new customer than to retain an existing customer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Sure. Well, I know that Mike, you maintain quite a huge list, and if you didn't have a marketing or a plan whereby you can keep in contact with these folks, it could easily get out of hand with the number of people that you need to deal with. So your structure is probably
my focus is all on existing customers.
Yeah.
I don't focus on obtaining new customers. I just try to service my existing customers.
But you're getting
and then by virtue of servicing them, I get referrals.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
I agree with Mike 100%. I don't do any. I don't try to get any new customers, but I once a month I keep in touch with them, and I don't send out a lot of emails. Okay. I don't want to bother them. I just want, and when I send out an email, I'm never selling something. I'm keeping them up to date on what's going on in the marketplace. And I get a referral every 1 or 2 days a week.
What happens when you do that and you're contacting people that are prospective or you want to continue on and they respond to you by saying, you no longer need to contact me, how do you proceed with thanking them for whatever they did and moving on? Or do you say, well, can I check back with you in a month or 2 months? When you get negative feedback for what you've done or as a new introduction, how do we handle that?
I don't, because I have a very few that said don't contact me, and I said, you know what, forget it. I have sent direct mail, and 2 people within the last 3 or 6 months said, get me off your list. I get them off the list and forget it.
I do the same, and I think I've gotten rid of 3 or 4 people in the last 3 or 4 years, and it's not because of what I do. It's they just went out of business, or they retired and not doing anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a criticism of the product or service.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Okay, especially in your case, because you sell, Chris, you sell a vinyl window that you're going to stand behind, or the manufacturer stands behind, and apparently you've had pretty good luck with the quality of the product you install.
That's true, and the nice thing about it is, if we get a complaint, we handle it within 1 or 2 days. I have one of the installers go out and take a look at it.
Yeah. It's easier if you have a quality product, but if your product is a service and you're trying to sign up more people, like Griff is at the Dollar Bank, and he's been assigned some customers who he has to look like he's doing a good job, and he wants them to sign on. I can see where trying to convince your bank, the people that your bank is more in tuned to their customers than another bank might be a tough task. Huh, Griff?
Yeah, I would agree with that. And listening to the discussion, my job is kind of a mix of retention as well as trying to gain new business. And in the case of retention, that's been very much the mode over the last 2 years, doing exactly what I've heard numerous people say they do, is just to call up, like Ari was saying, just to call up to see how you're doing. Not really selling anything, but just keeping in touch. And pleased to say, knock on wood, and I'm hoping not jinxing it, that I did not lose a single customer over the last 2 years. And I actually picked up a couple.
Yeah.
The sales cycle in Treasury can easily be over 1.5 years. And particularly in the municipal marketplace, they go out on RFPs or bids every 3 to 5 years, give or take a bit. So there's a limited window of time where you can pick up these, especially the municipals or the school district kind of business.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very definitely a mix between support and trying to go out and get new business.
Yeah. Well,
I want to hear what other people are using. Ray mentioned the MailTrack. I'm using another CRM, and I want to see if anybody using any other system, because I switched my CRM recently from Zoho. I used to use Zoho, but I have now a system that's called Less Annoying CRM, which is $15 a month, and it includes everything. And they said they will not raise the price. Well, if it's true or not, I don't know. But I'm very, very satisfied with it. But I want to see what other people are using, if anybody here using something else.
mm-hmm. And this Less Annoying CRM, you have your entire mailing list with them?
I I enter everybody that I want to follow up with. I can enter as many as I want, but if I enter everybody, it will be difficult to follow up. But I enter those that I want to be in touch with, and they are good prospects or good customers.
Yeah.
Hey, Ari, I know in the past you've had this data. How many touches or how many contacts before one normally gets the sale? Since you're in the mass mailing, how many contacts?
How many contacts often? What a good percentage is 1%. If you get 1%, is good. I talked to someone, I can't remember in the last few days. I can't remember who it was. Oh yeah, I remember who was it. He said he's getting 8%, which is huge, but he is selling a specialty product, and he's doing bulk mailing on a weekly basis, and 8% is unbelievable. Yeah. He has his I print his stuff, and he's mailing it from his little device in his office. But we're talking about me taking over, because he needs to put a stamp on it, and we can release him for the stamp. But he is getting 8%, which is I was shocked. I was in his office last Thursday, and I was shocked. But 1% is good.
Ari, does he use the same CRM software that you do?
No. He is selling basically to a list of new movers, and he is trying to get the new movers, and he's going to continue to do it, because, as you heard, it works for him so good. And he wants to do if you know what's the EDDM, that's every door direct mail. He wants to blanket different areas, and I looked at the count, and there are too many. There is 1.6 million, and I told him, you know what? Why don't you try 2,500 and mail to 2,500 and see what kind of return you get? And that's what we're probably going to do. Mail to 2,500, see what he gets, and then he's going to continue if he gets a good result, because he have 8 salespeople to support, and he needs to give them leads, and that's how they get the leads.
Wow.
Yeah. So everybody that calls him from this 8%, he give it to another salesman, and he has 8 of them, and he said pretty soon he's going to have 12.
Wow. Okay.
Ari, are they canvassing door to door?
They are not canvassing door to door right now. What we're going to do is, as I said, EDDM is every door direct mail. It goes to the entire neighborhood, and it's very, very cheap. The cost of the card, which is a big card, it's a 6.5 by 9, is about 19 cents a piece for postage. But what he's doing, he's sending it to new homeowners, to new movers, and that's where he get the 8%. The every door direct mail he have not tried yet, and as I said, we're going to try 2,500 of them, and see how it goes. And if it goes okay, he will continue to do it.
Wow, terrific.
That
And that-
8% is almost too good to be true.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I think we covered this pretty well. Thanks for your input, each of you. And
Hey, Tom,
yo,
by the way, this Gitmer, all you gotta do is Google him, and he's a world-renowned speaker, and he's also got 4 or 5 books. I've got all these books,
Oh yeah.
and you could get on his list, and he sends you this kind of stuff on a weekly basis.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Ari-
think I think I also have a couple of his books.
Ari said he knows him personally.
Oh yeah. I met him several times.
Wow.
Good
Okay.
stuff.
All right. Well, listen, that I think that wraps up another Tuesday morning. We'd like to thank everybody for being here, and thank you out there in YouTube land from the Network Breakfast, and maybe you'll watch this again, and it'll go over all those 10 items, and then the discussion after that. I think you'll find some things that you could use and apply to your own business. So at this point, we're going to say have a great day, a great week, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday morning. Thanks so much.
And if you have another one of Jeff Gittermore, I want to see too.
Yes, we'll do more of Jeff. We'll get Jeffrey on here, and because his insight, we've all appreciated it, and Ari's verifying, and Chris is verifying the value of our Jeff Gitmore. So thanks so much, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday morning. Have a great week. Thank you.
Goodbye,
Thanks, you too.
everybody.
Goodbye.